Hello, hello, and hello. I'm the S.O.C.K, aka Transformers 3 is the best Transformers movie, and I am back for the sixth session of Death's End. Where we left off last time, our players were investigating the seal inside of the Hall of Mirrors. Uzi had just made his Nat 20 and everything, and was making a whole bunch of progress with the seal. And then they came up upon two of these two strange plague doctor masked people that were inside and hiding from them. A combat encounter ensued where they were cornered by them after discovering that they could control the swarm of plague touch, and they came to a little bit of an uneasy alliance. They made their way over to the a haunted hayfield, and in the process of getting that seal done, they also went into combat and had a confrontation with those two members, able to dispatch them before anything too bad was going to happen. And that is where we are picking up here. Azumi did change her voice and had a conversation with the apparent leader of this group. Hold up one second, somebody's knocking on my door.
Somebody be knocking on my door.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so Azumi had the conversation with the apparent leader and communicated that they killed all the students, all the young shinobi and everything, and were going to be on their way. So that is where we're picking up here. Let me transfer you guys over to the Izumi Park
Uh,
map.
yeah, as well as you might want to keep us on that. Any one of us, I already heal. I ate one of my honeycomb things to heal the little bit and regain chakra for the little bit I could. This is the time we need to heal. So both of y'all should probably eat some honey.
Yeah, let me. I'll transfer you back over to the haunted hayfield map just for you to
If it
do your healing
helps, you
stuff.
can like put our tokens at like the top right or something, just so we can do it here.
I mean, no, it's fine. I can because I can just copy them over from the hayfield and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I would recommend you both eat something because we do not want to go in half hurt.
I didn't receive any healing
Oh,
honey myself.
Well, you guys should still have a couple batches left because I think Uzi only used like two, and then I think
I've used
Azumi has used
three.
one. Three? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, I still have four uses of mine, so I couldn't
Oh,
absolutely give you
I
both
know I
of those.
used I know I used one of them on Izumi and then I think two on myself. Yeah. But I'm
totally
only
be full.
I'm only missing 3 HP, so I'm good.
Is it okay if I still like two uses to try to heal myself?
Yes, you would heal back 12 chakra and hit points.
12 in total? Or
12
both
plus
use?
con twice.
12 plus con, yeah. No,
Oh,
that's
12 plus
both of
con.
them together.
Yeah, but like
Because
it's
So do I
12
1
calculate
plus
hits
con
out the
twice?
chakra.
every use you add to the con, so it would put two
Yeah,
separate
it would be
Yeah,
uses.
yeah twice your
yeah,
con mod
sorry.
and twice your
So
con mod
it's
plus
6
12.
plus
Yeah.
con for one use, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9, 18. So I'm
Yeah.
at full health then.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
No. No.
I'm at 29.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
practically full health.
practically.
Practically.
Yeah, practically. Almost full health.
Yudisa is
Yeah.
going to use some on herself. Let me see.
Remember, that also should fill out your chakra.
Oh, also one chakra?
Yep.
Okay.
Then you said you used 2 uses of it?
I
Yeah.
have two left. Oh,
I
sorry.
also have 2 left then.
So she only has one on her, so she has four left. She's going to use two. So she has two charges left. So that'll be +6 to her chakra.
Can I give one of? Can I give
Oh, yeah, that's
away
12.
another one of my uses?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can parcel this out. The
I
people
wanna.
who are missing chakra. Oh wait, no, this she can't go above
I
her
was gonna
maximum
say I
part.
wanna. I'm gonna use I wanna use one on Luminaire Chocomato era Daifuku Chandelier,
Yep,
just so he
regular.
could get
Oh,
some
you
back.
said his whole name. Okay, I got
It's
so
on the map.
confused. No, I realized after, because I was like, okay, Luminaire, and then you kept going. And I was like, who the fuck else are those people?
Yeah.
I have two. I have two uses. I'm gonna use it on this one person.
All
He
right.
gets one, or he gets one of them, and probably. I think Fuchimaro also should get one.
I'll give him one of mine, so we both
All
have
right.
one use left.
I have one use.
So
I'll
yeah.
actually just copy you guys over to the.
Honey Badger's overpowered.
You want us in lob so you can get us all at once?
Yeah, I'm about to copy you guys over. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I moved everyone together.
Appreciate you.
Don't
I don't
forget
know
the
if you want this.
sealsmith
You know, okay, seal.
Don't
Smith is
forget
fine.
my army.
Oh,
and the
that
light,
is valid.
which I can't move.
I can move this one.
I think the light would be gone by now. I can just put down
Yeah,
a
the
new
light
one
would
instead.
be gone. The light would be gone.
Oh, okay. Don't forget the horde. We need the zombie horde.
I got everything.
Man, we built up such a traveling group. First, it was
I
just
wonder-
us three.
I remember
Now
last session they mentioned they killed someone, or well, they injured and burnt the building with the
Yeah, they dealt
one
with.
person.
Yeah, they said they dealt with one of the brats. They
Yeah,
didn't specify
so-
anything. Anything
I
specific though.
I know
Too
which
far.
one. Through process of immolation.
I guess immolation because the building did get burned.
Does anyone have any idea who it could be? What was
Yes.
upstairs?
I spent
Ooh.
20 minutes checking off people, and I'm 90%
Yeah, I
sure
have
it's
no
Jobu. I am 90% sure it's Jobu. There's not a lot of other people there could be.
Where's Jobu then?
It's the Birdman. I like the Birdman.
Birdman.
Yeah, the one with the
Birdman.
giant blue wings. Looks like a phoenix.
Oh, that.
Oh
dude.
no!
Yeah, that's what I say.
Damn, he
I like
was a
him.
cool dude.
the
That's
cool
what I'm
guy.
saying. That's what I'm saying. I like Jobu. So and then I used all the context clues I got, and then it couldn't be them, couldn't be them, couldn't be them. They didn't join. They left. They couldn't be them. And then it was just like, okay, it could be Jobu, but there's definitely someone else who fits that description, right? Right?
Nope.
Right?
Anyways,
Oh, now we have to dump the mission and check on Jobu now.
so yeah, while you guys are thinking about that, so it is a 9-mile trip to get to the carnival rides. So I'll go over like the different travel paces depending on how fast you guys want to travel, and then I'll handle the RP stuff that we had planned and everything. I know Izumi is going to go meditate at a certain point while you guys are traveling, but just for reference, so the distance you can cover per hour if you're moving it like super fast, like you're running and everything, is 5 miles per hour. So you can get there if you traveled fast. You get there in a little under 2 hours. But you also
that
could,
would
yeah,
more likely mean that we wouldn't have the zombie horde with us.
yeah. The zombie horde wouldn't really be able to keep up, so they would be lagging behind you unless Uzi wanted to like lag behind as well. But if you travel at a normal like walking pace, then that would be like a brisk walk. That would be 3 miles per hour. So that's
2
you would get there in
hours
about 3 hours.
Yeah. Approx.
If you wanted to whatchamacallit, travel at a normal pace. And slow is kind of, I mean, you can, but traveling at a slow pace is 2 miles per hour. So that would be
Would we do like a jogging pace though?
I would consider that a.
Is there somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, there's nowhere in the middle. It's either fast. You're like, I would probably consider that
All
fast
right.
if you're like keeping up a jog for multiple hours on end. I would just consider that fast because that you're traveling a good distance.
I was just trying to think of a little bit faster we could move with the horde. But if not able.
They're slow as fuck. I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
either
because it's the
yeah.
horde, and then it's my condition that's really the only penalty there for taking longer.
Mhm.
That's if we're gonna do the plan we thought of last, we're gonna need the horde. But there's also the fact that they might have another gauntlet. In which case, bringing the horde is a horrible idea.
Yeah, because that would essentially be a battle of wills of control.
Yeah, and I don't trust myself to succeed that check.
It also is concentration, so every time you would take damage, you'd have to maintain that.
That is good to know. I was unaware of that fact.
So was I.
Oh yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, it takes up like one concentration slot. You can still concentrate on another jutsu that's concentration, but that takes up a concentration slot to keep it active and stuff as you kind of feel the gauntlet glowing.
I think honestly, the best idea is to set the swarm in like a place and have them stay there, and then we go a fast pace without them.
Yeah, I would
As
agree.
much as I want to be puppet lord, I think that's the best idea.
Plus, this also means that you could focus more on controlling any of the horde that is already there
Yeah,
instead of the group that we're bringing. As we did chew through them a good chunk, so
Yeah.
I think that's the plan.
Okay, so moving at fast pace.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and exert control and get them to like stay in one area, not moving.
I mean, yeah, they're under your control right now, so it's not even any check needed for that. They will just stay.
yeah. Are you doing that like midway on the journey, by the way, or are you doing that like at the beginning of it as we're about to go?
Seeing as there doesn't seem to be any more people in the haunted hayfields, I'm probably gonna let them be there.
Okay. Then yeah, Izumi would ask for a minute so she
Alright.
can meditate.
Um. So yeah, you walk off, Izumi. I'll just handle that real quick. So as you walk off and stuff, and go to, I mean, how do you like? This is the first time I assume that you've actually tried to like see if there's
Yes,
actual legitimate contact and stuff like that. Like you've been experiencing these
yes.
nightmares for your entire life, but never any experience like this. So
Yeah, this is the first time she has had any feeling of I can contact whatever this is. Like it's something that she very much is not sure if it'll work, partly not believing it will, but just that gut feeling she had of meditate. She wants to give it a chance at the very least.
mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, yeah. So you kind of get into like a meditative sort of stance and everything. Like, what did you just like crisscross on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So give me 1 second.
God.
All right. So as you take this meditative sort of posture and everything, you kind of feel the effects of this plague on you even more so right now. Just as you kind of do a sensory deprivation sort of thing, you just feel how much is weighing down on you physically, and that also kind of makes you aware of the mental weight you're kind of feeling right now as you drift off further and further. You feel like you're about to fall asleep and everything. I don't know, how deeply do you go into this meditation? Are you truly trying to like just completely detach yourself mentally and, you know, I guess peer within is the best sort of description?
Yeah, she would. She
Okay.
would try to, like, even with how much she can feel her body just heavier and the plague, how it's affecting her, she is just trying to push that feeling aside as she is just focusing on, well, in her mind, she is focusing on the seal as logically speaking. What the fuck else would she point at for?
Mm-hmm.
She would have to assume of it's connected to the seal. Focus on that.
So eventually you start to drift off into sleep, and you blink and wake up. You're standing, trying to think of the first thing that would register to you visually. I think the first thing that registers to you is like cathedral style, how the smallest sound kind of makes like an echo that lasts for like, way longer than it usually would.
Hmm.
You just kind of feel like you're in this vast cathedral, and everything is, you just kind of hear these sort of like massive sounds of like ringing, the sound of like water like splashing and like flowing and everything. It's just a cascading, like, massive sounds that are like within the back of your mind. But you open your eyes and you gaze out. You first look down and see you're standing about, let me turn this down a little bit, sorry. Yeah, you look down and you see you're standing about nearly knee deep within a pool of a viscous sort of red substance, which you assume is blood at first, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it has the fluidity of water. It doesn't really feel that hard to walk through, as you feel barely any resistance as you try to move your feet. But you peer out, and calling this an expanse is not really accurate, because that implies that there's something like an endpoint or some sort of like physical thing to use as a reference. There's no horizon in the distance as you look. It kind of just looks like the ground and the sky just melds together in like one sort of consistent like visual like sensation. Um,
Hmm.
Go ahead and make me a wisdom check.
All right. Let me wisdom. That is a 24.
A 24. You're able to sift through this sort of subtle mass of sounds and that echoes out throughout this expanse. Um, and you kind of hear the sound of like metal grating against metal, like shh, 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 shh. Like you kind of like something's like fraying at metal and everything. Just kind of constantly grinding against it. You hear it out in the like in the far distance, but it's not anywhere near. But for some reason, you feel that this sound is comforting to you. Like it feels like a familiar sound, as if you've heard it before. Uh, and it feels like it's just like a straight out walk. So would you just like be walking straight? Like what is Izumi's like kind of like thought process as you able to register this?
Izumi would take a moment to just taking her surroundings, finding the place very ominous, but finding the sound weirdly comforting. As she would look around, I'd say she would start to walk towards. Either she would try to follow this sound, or she would try to feel out if something was like pulling at her. Like, I don't know how to describe it. A calling.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just looking around both visually and listening auditorily and everything, you're kind of able to notice now that in what you can call a quote unquote horizon, as far as like, the there being like when it gets so far away that it basically just becomes the sky one half and then the ground the bottom half.
Hmm.
In replacing that, you see off in the distance to your left, kind of up to the like top part of the map that you see right here,
Hmm.
you see a dull kind of golden glow, but this dull golden glow, kind of like black hole style, forms a ring around a circle of pure blackness. Uh, in a circle, once again, just like everything else in this area, is just the best description of what you can call this. But you would just call this a glob of glowing light for some reason, but the actual like ball itself is not glowing. Um, you do see, however, there are like a nearly uncountable amount of like shadowy strands that protrude from this dark like ball of a void that is like casting light in this area because everything else is not, there's no light coming from anything else other than this sort of black hole sort of shape.
Okay.
uh you do see one of the shadowy strands that is protruding from it is slightly close though, and as you do take a step forward, um you kind of trip a little bit and look down and see a mass of bodies, um like emaciated, like crimson red sort of skeletal bodies that are like submerged within this sort of red liquid. You see them all like looking dead, but they're all reaching towards this uh black hole sort of shape with this golden glow.
She
And
would take a moment to steady herself after realizing the skeletal forms in the blood. Says it as a question because she's not sure. She doesn't feel like blood. But she would figure that if there's anything that would have something important, well, it's staring her in the face. So at first, slowly, she would begin just making her way down there before. If it seemed to take a long time, she would try to quicken her pace, knowing there's work to do. As bizarre and weird as this is, I'm not here because I want to be. I'm here because I need answers.
you start
And
making, sorry, go ahead.
no, we're good.
You start making your way. You can stop right there on the map.
Can't do.
You start making your way, and contrary to like what's on the map, let me actually just move you to like where you would actually be in
Please
reference
do.
to how far away it is.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've been running for, I don't know, maybe an hour or two. It started being hard to track as there's not really any landmarks or anything visually to let you know that time is passing. Uh, you start getting feeling like you're getting closer to this grating sound, and you start to see one of those shadowy tendrils that is protruding from it start to take shape a little bit. Do you just keep heading towards that direction, or are you heading towards the black hole sort of shape still?
Seeing the tendril change shape, she would want to head towards that briefly to see if it's anything. And to ask, in here, does she still feel the weight of the plague?
You don't feel anything other than the sensations that I've described. Like you can feel the physical sensation of you standing within this liquid and like running by and sometimes tripping over these bodies that are like reached out in like almost like pseudo prayer towards this black hole shape, but you don't feel anything else. Like there's no sensation of temperature or you know wind passing by or even like the feeling of your breath. The only thing is you can hear or what I've described, this like indiscernible mass of sounds, and at the forefront that grating metal sort of sound, and then the other sensations I described. But yeah, no, it's a very off-putting experience.
Yeah, she would just head towards the tendril,
Okay.
curious
Um,
if it would be anything different or if it's nothing.
yeah, you've been running for a couple hours, and I meant to say that this black hole sort of shape isn't getting any closer really. Um,
Gotcha, okay.
but you almost feel like, especially I would just say that if you were like running at full speed and everything, you definitely would have felt like you need to stop at a certain point and like pay attention to this tendril. So that like kind of coincides with it. Um,
Yeah.
as you get closer to the tendril, the sound of the grating gets closer, but just like that black sun, that tendril doesn't feel like it's getting any closer, and you feel like at least 4 hours have passed by this point. But eventually, you blink and you kind of see suspended above you, protruding out from this vast pool, You
A
see
chain.
you see what can only be described as a chain, and as you get quote unquote closer to the sound, and eventually becomes like the only thing you can really hear, this like someone's grating against metal. uh Eventually you blink and you see this chain that's extended out, uh and you would guess that those dark tendril sort of shapes that are like nearly uncountable are all chains sticking into this whatever this black sort of globe is. um as you get closer, you see part of it that's exiting from the surface of the pool is frayed a little bit, and you see a shadowy sort of female figure, like a small female figure, uh, wreathed in shadow, appearing to like be sawing at it, but you can't see what they're using to saw at it.
Is Izumi close enough to like call out to it, or is it still
Yeah, you could call out to it. I mean, yeah, you see it like the you're like at the equivalent like distance that you would be at. Let me
okay?
see. Yeah, you're about like 100 feet away and everything, so you definitely could call out if you want.
Yeah, Izumi would just call out, "Hey!"
You see the shadowy like silhouette kind of like jump a little bit, like startle, um and then, well, at first you don't feel your voice carry over and stuff like that. Like you feel that you just spoke, but you don't like hear the sensation of it carrying over and stuff. But you see that the her shoulders kind of start a little bit, and she looks over at you, and you're looking at. I won't make you make a perception check for this since you rolled a pretty high wisdom check. Uh,
Can do,
what feels
can
like a
do.
very chaotic experience, you're able to make out this silhouette, this shadow is the same exact like shape as you, like down to the exact physical proportion, the exact height. And uh you see this silhouette stands up and looks at you and holds out their hand like in a gesture of care. And you feel a hand, like a warm hand, the first like physical sensation you felt other than stepping walking in this pool. You feel a warm hand kind of cup your cheek. And what was that check for you just rolled?
I that misheard you initially, so that was a perception. Before I realized, oh, you just said I didn't have to do that.
Oh, you're all good. But yeah, no. So you feel this warm hand cup your cheek, and you hear a soft like female voice say, "Bro, strong." And then when they say the name of whoever they're talking to, you hear like jarbled sort of speech that you can't understand. And before you wake up, you you experience like a jarring sort of change in that you're the one standing right next to that chain holding some sort of shadowy object, as you see part of the like the chain is like frayed, like one of the links is like split and everything. As you're waking up though, what do you want from this creature, Izumi?
Izumi was looking for one of two things. A, she wanted to know if whatever was afflicting her, the plague, if it could cleanse it of sorts. But more so, she wanted the means to call upon strength should their efforts fail.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, she is far more focused and concerned on their plan working, as she does not want to see anyone else get hurt.
Okay. um yeah, you see, yeah, so as you were about to wake up, you feel yourself kind of jolted back as you're asking this question, um at least like mentally and everything. uh You're standing right next to the chain. You feel like with every sort of grading cut, you would be able to find some sort of answer with that. Basically, you're this silhouette that somehow is both standing in the distance and also in the same place as you, and the vice versa sort of thing. You feel like you're standing in the same place as her. Uh, they're just asking you to keep doing what they were doing, grading at the chain to basically promising you that sort of exchange that you were talking about of getting some sort of like strength to get through this.
With the need of wanting to protect others, she internally sighs and begin doing what she was told would lead. Because every sensible part of her is saying, this is a terrible idea. But the other part of her is saying she could literally die here. Or die
Mm-hmm.
in the real world. So yeah, she will. Yeah, she is gonna follow what it told her to do. Boop.
So you begin to, I didn't mean to move that on the map, but you begin to sort of saw at this giant chain that's protruding out from the pool, and you don't know how long you've been sawing for, but you know you've the feelings of hunger and thirst that were so like prevalent at first with you being in here for an uncountable amount of hours has started to fade a little bit, and you feel like as that last link for this one part of the chain is about to break, you see a three-bladed scythe land into your hand that was sawing at the chain, and Uzi and Gabrilla to everybody else, you would have seen Fuchimaro like while you guys were relaxing or waiting for Izumi. He gets up, like he looks like he has a look of alarm on his face, and gets up and goes to well, Uzi, would you have followed him?
Yeah.
Okay. You see
Yeah, that is valid.
he walks up to Izumi, who is currently right now like laid out on the ground and not convulsing, but like slightly like vibrating almost, like just shaking like ever so slightly. He draws his three bladed scythe and slashes it down in her hand.
Fucking excuse. Sealing art bind.
Yeah, you can make your charisma save. What happens will depend upon.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
see.
if I see that happen, I am immediately casting sealing art bind on him. God fucking damn it! Yeah, that succeeds. What the?
Yeah, so you try to cast.
It's gonna be like a complete look of horror on his face as he just like as the seal. It's almost like automatic as it just like makes the seal on his hand as fast as possible and like kind of shoots it out, but like to no avail as it just goes like, "What the hell do you think you're doing?"
You see, he ignores you and stabs Azumi in the hand with his three-bladed scythe as it comes down. And Azumi, you wake up as you feel that sensation of the three-bladed scythe like slashing into your hand, but in this sort of strange world, and you are woken up. Let me see.
Um, so someone just stabbed our friend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I
Yeah,
understood.
Gabriela would have followed.
Can I? And just to be clear, it's the dude I punched
Yeah, Fuchimaro.
earlier that night. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah, Izumi almost she gasps as she wakes up. Like the pain is her immediate feeling, but she more just looks around, seeing that Okay, no, I'm with everyone. It's okay. She's just like just wincing at does
Izumi, yeah,
at
sorry,
the
go ahead.
cut in her hand.
Mm-hmm. You I mean the pain does wake you up, but as you do wake up, become more conscious. The pain in your hand is nothing compared to the pain and heat radiating from your stomach, and you feel it's extended out onto your right arm, the same arm where Fuchimaro just stabbed your hand with the scythe. You feel like an intense pain radiating out. How like is Azumi wearing like a long sleeve shirt or anything? Like are her arms out?
Uh, she has on, and I feel like it would have been like a sweater as it's chillier.
Yeah, you feel like a hot burning sensation, just like what you felt on your stomach for your entire life. You feel that all over your arm. And Fuchimaro looks at you, Gabrilla, and Uzi. As Uzi, you tried to cast that jutsu on him, and like a sort of seal started popping up on him. But you noticed a red sort of like murky energy kind of cracked it in half. And he looks over at you and kind of has that blank face as before, but you see like a bit of annoyance on his face. Same thing with you, Gabrilla, but then he looks down at Izumi and he looks at you and says, "You're a grade A idiot. Don't you know that?"
What?
He does another quick slash and everything and slashes off the sleeve of the sweater. And you all see that as you get closer to Izumi and everything, to like protect her and stuff like that, you feel an intense heat radiating from her. Uzi, this is even more intense than the heat that you like when you slowed down the seal in her stomach beforehand in the Hall of Mirrors. But you all see a glowing orange sort of chain pattern, like almost like a tattoo covering over her entire arm, stopping just at her hand where Fuchimaro stabbed her.
Gabrilla will look at Fuchimaru and say, "What the fuck have you done to her?"
He just scratches the back of his neck, sighing and everything. It's not nearly enough time to explain, and I'm too tired for that shit. All you need to
He,
know is I stopped her from whatever she was doing.
And what was she doing?
He points to her arm and everything, and Azumi, back to you. Yeah, the pain covering over your arm is like blinding, like this on the same levels as like the seal in your stomach and everything.
yeah, it's clear that she's trying to respond, but a lot of her attention is just focused on the pain, as she is just doing everything to hold in her voice.
Fuchimaro just sits down on the log and everything and says, "What I did, we'll have to wait to ask her what she did first, and then we'll be able to get a little bit more information."
Oh, so Fuchimaro got some health and chakra back just to add.
Oh yeah, did he?
I gave him one, and then Uzi gave other girl one.
Yeah, Yubits
Hey,
is back to full.
Luminaire Chocomado Hera Daifuku Chandelier. He
Oh
also
yeah,
got
you gave
one.
him one.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
my bad,
let
my
me do
bad.
that. But no, you guys can RP amongst yourselves. Is like what's happening right now. I mean, Fujimaru is just silent, looking at Izumi as she's like very clearly in pain, and you feel like an intense heat radiating from her.
I want to check where the heat's coming from.
From Izumi specifically, but like in terms of
No,
specific
but
spots,
where from her?
her stomach has a glowing orange sort of like seal pattern and everything. And then her right arm has the same sort of like glowing color and heat, but it's a chain pattern that goes down to stopping at her hand.
She
Book
after
brains. What does this seal mean?
I'm
She's
gonna.
talking to Uzi.
Yeah, I know. I just
Yeah.
had to sit up on my chair. I'm gonna inspect this seal. Like, find it. Like, it's this is probably the closest he's ever gotten to a seal this complicated. So like he's gonna take this chance. He's gonna observe it.
I don't know, you knew of the Edo Tensei, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of question to know of a Jinchuriki seal, as varied as they are.
Yeah, but like this is like prime example.
Yeah.
I mean, you've never seen a seal like this before, no.
Yeah. After a moment, just her just trying to rein in the pain, just softly speaks out. I want I wanted the means to protect if the worst should come.
Well, Fuchimaro asked you, like, what did you see? And you don't have to give, like, a full, you don't have to RP the full recount and everything. It's just, would you recount everything that you saw and felt?
Yeah, she would explain everything that she saw, felt, and then how it felt hours past.
Yeah, he kind of just nods and says, "Well, whatever you were doing, I stopped it right at the point where you couldn't go back. I don't know what the deal is with that seal that's popped up on your arm. Oh yeah, no, I mean I'll handle your stuff first, Uzi, before I do that. Yeah, so you examine the seal. I won't make you make like a ninshu check or anything. Well, actually, what are you trying to like look at about it? Is the question.
Is there anything that Uzi would have seen previously that would like hint to any specifics of the seal?
I guess then I would ask for a ninshu check. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's not on that 20. 16.
Yeah, so you get so that's a 16. I will say with the 16, you do recognize the fourth Okage Motoni Senju's seal work on the outer edges of it, but you see it's definitely gotten bigger than the last time where when you saw it when you were helping Izumi out in the Hall of Mirrors. The seal definitely is, you can tell by the writings on the like the oldest parts of it, which is like the center. Um, you definitely see it is a seal to seal something inside. Like this isn't something a there's a difference between seals that like store jutsu or store objects or like like teleport people.
Storage scroll,
This
yeah.
Yeah, this is clearly a storage seal, but it's of a complexity that you've never seen before. And it gets even more complex as it goes outwards and everything. As I would probably say with the 16, you notice that this is the center parts of it, the oldest equations and everything are equations that date back to, look at my timeline real quick. The oldest parts of the seal date back to 15 years ago, a little before the Day of Blood and Sorrow that happened 13 years ago during the Third Shinobi War. Because it looks like a an imitation of like really ancient seal work, but you can tell that it still has some newer equations and everything that would have been at least within the last like 20 years. But it gets even newer to the point where like you don't recognize the newest parts on the outer edges that have like extended out onto Izumi's arm to form like a chain sort of tattoo. But with the 16, you're able to kind of help Izumi and stuff like that to stop it from like burning her and stuff. It still feels very hot, but that's just the information you see.
Certainly quite a seal you have here. Not quite sure what I'm looking at, but I get some pieces.
You do examine the stab wound on your hand, Izumi. It hurts, but you see it's not bleeding at all.
Yeah, after a moment of the pain dimming down some, she would notice and just cock her head just a bit confused, just... Huh. Normally you're supposed to bleed when you get cut.
What? Gabrilla, as the panicked friend, sees Izumi calm, like a little more calm, examining her hand. Gabrilla's gonna walk up to Fuchimaro
Mm-hmm.
and put a hand around his shoulder and her arm around his shoulder, like as a friendly gesture, and looks at him with a smile and says, "Let's go for a walk."
He kind of just huffs and says, "Fine." He looks over at Izumi though and says, "Don't do anything else until I'm back."
She's just gonna nod, just...
So she's gonna walk away just far enough so that they're out of sight
Yep.
and proceed to punch him in the face.
Well, it's same as before when you punched him. He lets you punch him in the face. Yeah. He doesn't try to like brace for it and like that. You punch him in the face and he kind of like stumbles a little bit and then looks at you and says, "Thought you said you already got one out earlier."
That one is for stabbing my friend in the hand. One
Yes.
of the only 3 people that treat me right in this town.
You see the first hint at he looked annoyed before, but you see him actually look legitimately irritated. Like the first real emotion you've seen on his face, as he kind of says, "I saved your life, you know."
Exactly explain.
I can't say for sure what that is. Well, maybe an insight check, Gabrilla.
Insight check?
Is that a good laughter, or
That's a bad
never
laughter.
seeing it?
That is 100% a bad laughter.
So, -1.
Yep.
So, 8.
He might roll a worse deception. We never know.
Yeah, so you can't get a read on what he's saying. I will say with an 8, you at least know that there's something that you can't understand about it, but you don't know if that's like him, like not telling you something. But basically, he alludes to whatever's going on with Izumi and whatever is like sealed inside of her. Uh, he basically just says she was about to let that thing have a party for a little bit.
What? What thing? You tell me she's a monster inside her or something?
I
She's a
guess is as
poor
good as
innocent
mine.
little bean, the mascot of my group.
Mascot.
That's a different story.
He just shakes his head and says, "Look, I'm not the one that's in that situation, and from what I can tell, that's the fourth Hokage's business. So I don't delve too much into it. But all I know is things could have got a lot worse. I don't know what she did. I don't know what that marking is on her. I haven't seen anything like it. But let's just say I have some experience with this stuff.
What?
I'm gonna
You have
need
the
you to
same
trust me on
condition as
this one."
her or something? She says very like rudely and sarcastically, like if he could possibly ever understand what she's going through.
Um, you see him. He kind of gets a far off look, and he's silent for like maybe like up to like 30, 40 seconds and everything. And he says, "I just need you to trust me on this one." He is being sincere about
Yeah,
that part. Like he's not.
she's being sincere.
He's being very clearly not malicious about it, but you don't know the purposes behind what he's done this stuff for.
Yeah. Gabrilla's always had a soft heart, and hearing sincere, how sincere does it sound?
No, he's not
Like,
hiding anything on that. When he says just trust me,
okay,
he's actually asking you to trust him.
She'll sigh softly, hearing there after glaring at him for a few seconds, before saying, "Fine, but if you hurt her again, I'll beat your ass if you don't explain."
I mean, more than you have, he says with a little bit of a smirk.
That's me. That's me being nice. I'll show you what a real punch seems like. Then she's gonna start walking back to the room.
He kind of like stares off in the distance for a while and then follows you after about a minute. Um, and yeah, moving back to Uzi and Izumi, are you guys talking about anything while Gabrilla and Fuchimaro are off?
That depends. Is Uzi asking questions?
He's he's probably not asking questions. He's just kind of staring blankly at the seal, trying to figure more out, but to no avail, really.
What about Yupita and Luminaire?
They're off. They kind of wanted to give you some space and everything.
Fair enough.
But I mean, if you get up and walk to them, they're just kind of sitting off to the side and stuff. Yubitsa is kind of just fiddling with like messing with her beads a little bit on her finger, and then Luminaire is just fashioning like a knife made out of like a wooden stick and everything just to pass the time.
Okay. I'm assuming the sealsmith would be with them.
Yeah, he's currently just rocking, sitting side to side and everything, with a little bit of a cold sweat, like he's been for a little bit.
Understandably, yeah. Izumi would mostly be silent, just trying to calm her mind down, just to gather herself.
You do notice that you see some water droplets, kind of like Yubitsa is kind of turned away from you as you walked up and stuff like that, and you see like some like drops of like uh, water or like some drops of something appear to be like coming from like her like space where she's sitting down. As you kind of hear like a little bit of a sniffle.
Izumi is gonna. Well, first, when she tries to stand up again, she's looking to. When he cut the arm of her sweater, like, did he do like a clean, like, cut around to where it would fall, or did he do like straight down? How did he cut it?
He would have cut it just like straight down the middle and everything to allow like the arm to be seen, but he couldn't go like full rotating around the arm and everything in one swing. But
Okay.
yeah.
Izumi would look to Uzi. I, I, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
All right.
And she
Strange.
just tries to grab some like, what does she have on her? She pulls out one of the few kit. Holy shit, I have all of those on me. What the fuck? Okay, yeah, she pulls out one of her many kits and just tries to look for something she could like even shoddily stitch up her arm. Just more wanting it to be covered, as she has no real idea of how bad of a situation she could have been in.
Okay, yeah. You see, Yubiza does like peek and notice that you're trying to like do some like medical type stuff, and walks over to you like sheepishly. Um, she almost looks kind of like scared of you as she kind of kneels down and is like, I, I can help you with that stuff.
Izumi would nod gratefully. Never been one for, well, knitting.
Um, I'll do two separate things real quick. Gabriela, would you just be walking back to the group and everything?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you all get back towards like the same area. Uzi and Gabrilla, Luminaire kind of just pulls you to the side as he gets up from like fashioning like a wooden knife and everything. And I'll handle that first. Luminaire kind of looks at you, Uzi and Gabrilla, and is like, something's been bothering me about this whole thing. It's just based on what you told me. I looked around a little bit as I made a survival check for Luminaire at the end of the last session and stuff. He kind of mentions how you guys only ran into or were only with those two strange thugs before. Um, he noticed more tracks other than just those two.
Oh God. All
Wait,
right.
what do you mean more than just those two?
Well, you guys got attacked before you ran into those two inside the Hall of Mirrors, right?
Yes.
Just trying to figure out how they found you. Did you cover your tracks?
We've been walking in a hurry. We haven't really taken great care of that.
I don't know. I guess that just kind of bothers me, is all.
That's the. Could I check the sealsmith to see if he has any like anything that would send a signal?
What, like a seal that would send a signal?
Yeah, or anything like attached to his body?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't appear to have anything. No, he just had
Okay.
his book of calculations and stuff like that for the seals.
Okay. It's on there. Is there anything that would give away our position?
While you're thinking about that, Yubuta does look at you and Zumi and says, "I understand if you guys don't want to, if we make it out of this, I understand if you might not want to be friends and stuff. I'm the one who gave everybody the idea to go here."
Zumi's gonna just look at her, like, pain still evident, but visibly confused at her words.
I don't know. I mean, I was the one who said that we should come here anyway because the party wasn't going that well. I just wanted everybody to have fun, and now everything's just so fucked up.
I, I can't disagree, and I won't speak for anyone else, but I by no means blame you for any of this. You just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I mean, one of our classmates might be dead, so I guess I'm sorry. She kind of just gets up and walks away after she finishes helping you just repair the wound a little bit.
Izumi would just tug at like her arm briefly before she walked away. Don't be minus, well, whatever has happened before that. It was actually a lot of fun. You're not to blame, and don't think yourself as you are.
She kind of gives like a nervous smirk at that and everything, like a nervous smile and stuff. As she notices you're trying to make her feel better and stuff. Um, she just nods and kind of wipes away a little bit of the tears falling from her eyes and stuff. But you can tell she's clearly still guilt ridden over the stuff. But that made her feel a little bit better as she kind of nods and just walks off.
Yeah, Izumi then would just internally think to herself, what a fucked up situation they're in.
Yeah. Um, but all right. So you guys, so you're traveling at a fast pace, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you would get there in a little under 2 hours. Is anybody doing anything else before you get ready to head on your trek?
No.
All right, so it's a little under 2 hours. So Azumi, make me. Let's see.
It's a con save, right?
Yeah, make me two Constitution saves.
Let's see. First con save, that's a 12. Second con save, that's an
Okay.
18. Let's go.
I like the second one.
All
I'm
right.
assuming that means I lose another
So you
max
have.
chakra.
Yep, you have 4 ranks of exhaustion or 4 ranks of plague.
Fuck.
Um, and don't
God
forget
damn.
you subtract your maximum chakra by 2 for the two
By
hours that pass.
oh, that's a regardless thing. Okay, so I'm
Yeah.
at 6 chakra.
Oh, I'm so glad we didn't full rest then.
Yeah,
That's why I was
it's
asking. I was
is
asking how
why I
long are you
said
guys.
I'm pretty fucked.
You have 6 hours essentially. 6 hours
Yeah.
left. Um,
We have 6 hours to get this done. Got it.
There's
all
just
right.
a clock above her head, slowly counting down.
But yeah, no. So you guys are passing through the forest and everything. You notice Fuchimaro is in the back, and look, Gabrilla, you at least noticed just from the conversation you guys have had. Fuchimaro has been like very contemplative about something and kind of distracted as you guys have been running. Um,
Izumi would like to talk to him as they move.
yeah,
So she would like slow down a bit to fall more by him.
he,
You
yeah.
you know more about this than I do. What if you didn't stop me? What was about to happen?
He gives you a look, and you see one of the few genuine emotions you've seen on his face. He looks at you with like sympathy. And as he takes a glance at the chain sort of tattoo that's formed on your arm, it kind of like winds and goes around the entire arm, like coiling around it up until it stops at the hand part where he stabbed. Um,
Mhm.
he says, "I can't say for sure, but let's just say that this isn't the first time that I've encountered something like this. You, I've never seen a situation like yours. Your seal isn't damaged enough for it to take over per se, but that right there isn't anything that's ever happened before, and it's not permanent, like the seal that's on your stomach. So I don't know when it's gonna activate, but it has some sort of activation point, and what's gonna happen at that point is anyone's guess."
She would nod.
As you guys are getting closer to the area, as you get closer to the carnival rides, Fuchimaro does stop the group as you guys get like a good distance away and stuff, and he walks back up to you as Azumi, and you see he has a look of like determination on his face as he says, "If I die, I want you to promise me you'll never do that again." As he glances over to the chain thing on your arm.
Her Izumi's eyes just widen, not expecting
This isn't a question. I need you to promise me right now that you're not going to do that again.
She would nod. A bit of fear evident, but
He
I-
nods. Sorry, go ahead.
I won't.
He nods at that, and then you see he has like a look of resignation on his face, as if he's been grappling with something. He takes out a vial of what appears to be blood from his pocket, and for some reason you feel like this is your blood. Like you can feel like your chakra within it, from like whatever sort of energy creates this seal that's on you and stuff. Um, and he drinks it, and then begins to trace some symbols onto the ground. Let me see.
She was watching in fascination and confusion. Just what?
Let me see. He will cast a jutsu. As you see, he draws like an arcane sort of looking, it's like geometric symbol on the ground. As he like
Oh.
slightly vomits out not vomits, but like spits out like the blood that he had consumed and everything. And you would guess that's why for some reason your cut isn't bleeding at all and everything. You feel for some reason there's some sort of like mystical link between whatever he did with his stabbing with the scythe and drinking it just now. He spits it out and then traces it into a geometric shape on the ground and stabs his scythe into the ground, and he's going to cast for mechanical purposes. This is a jutsu called Curse Technique Stolen Pain. It's a homebrew thing I have for his Joshin stuff, but he will like touch your hand like where he had stabbed it, and you feel this heavy sort of weight begin to exit from you as like you guys kind of look over at Fuchimaro and Izumi as he's like holding her hand and stuff like that, and see her veins that were like blackening and stuff like that, and like the goo that was falling from her like orifices start to like stop, and her veins start to become like a more normal color and stuff, and you see all of that is beginning to transfer over to Fuchimaro. So let me see something real quick. I will. So you can restore your chakra maximum and everything to what it was before. You still have your current amount of chakra and everything, unless you want to get more honey. But you feel like your chakra pathways become more clear within your body as the chakra begins to flow more naturally and stuff. And you feel like you're like good as new almost. Still missing some chakra and stuff, but you can restore your maximum chakra to what it was before. And you're not currently suffering from the plague. Fuchimaro now has that 4 ranks of plague, and I have to subtract his chakra to what it would be. What's your maximum chakra again, Izumi?
16.
16.
And then my maximum health is 23. Why is my maximum health here lower? No, that is the wrong. I keep looking at the green bar. God damn it! Every time I've looked at it, every time I use the red bar for health too. Jesus Christ!
Why is my chakra 17?
So
No, why my health is 17? I was like, the fuck? Yeah, that's my AC. Jesus.
Why is my AC 23?
Damn, I didn't know I was that dexterous.
See, if we full rest now, no one will die.
except for Fuchimaro.
Alright, but it's
No.
No, for sure, I will have like 4 hours left, so we can defeat it.
Yeah, so after he does this, Izumi is gonna do 2 things. This character is non-neutral good. Fucking.
I mean, I don't really generally go by alignments and that sort of stuff.
I know.
So-
I like having it as a general idea of where mentally the character is.
Alignments change all the time.
My character's alignment's chaotic stupid.
Okay, that doesn't change though. That's true.
Nice
Doesn't
force.
change.
I take back my previous notion. Some people don't change alignments.
All right, so I will leave you guys to. I mean, you're getting near towards the area where the carnival rides. So how you want to go about this is up to you, and I'll let you plan that while I go to the bathroom real quick.
All
Okay.
As you're
right.
approaching.
What the
Do,
fuck?
do, 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 do,
Oh,
do,
I put my
do,
stats in
do,
wrong.
do.
The fuck?
You know that reminds me of Jeff from Marvel Rivals.
Yeah,
Dan,
that's my
Dan.
main.
Yeah,
That's my. I'm a healer main.
I'm a
I
squirrel
play
girl.
Loki.
I love Jeff. But all right, our plan. Okay, so
Okay,
I think it would be a very good idea if Izumi started sleeping in the middle of combat.
Me? Why me?
I find it's a good
I
plan
want.
if
Oh, I don't know Bija bombing kaiju. Who else? Gabrilla doesn't gain any benefits from it.
That is true. Also, I will be using my thing to regain some fucking chakra.
I thought you didn't need
Yeah.
chakra, Hunter.
Well, when my max was 8 chakra, yeah, I didn't need fucking chakra. I have, I have my chakra back. She's
How many
gonna
charges do you have?
It's on my
last charge.
Okay, we have one left. And it's
So-
all mine.
So what we can do is
Oh,
I can
that's
use 2 chakras. Well, actually 6 in total because it costs 3 per thing.
There we go.
And I can bolt in, intimidate the fuckers, and if that doesn't work, bolt out another direction.
That
So
is
you guys
a
can.
real question. Do we want to just go in there, just fucking guns blazing?
We do have a zombie horde on our side.
No, we
sorry,
don't.
No,
plague
we
touch
left
horde.
it behind.
We left it.
Oh, we left it behind.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
left it behind because we didn't know if they would also have a zombie horde with them. And then
We didn't know
that
if they
would
would have a gauntlet.
Yeah, and that would be all Uzi fighting them with it.
I have Prodigy, but that does not mean I trust my luck.
No.
Or
You're
that.
truly not a prodigy, you're just lucky.
Yeah. And
Real quick, just
Yeah.
you're back. Izumi, after she realizes what happens, she is gonna smack the shit out of him, but then immediately hug him.
He
Aw.
looks confused and both uncomfortable with the hug.
good.
So,
If you said you were going to do that, I wouldn't have let you.
I think you knew that.
Gerbo's
Mhm.
gonna muffle under her breath saying, and we're gonna punch him now.
He just looks at you with a blank face, Izumi, as always, and it's just like, and I didn't ask. Anyways, we got a job to
Izumi
do.
looks like she looks like she wants to protest, but with it, with the kind of in the middle of something. Like it looks like a kid who is like grumpy, but they know that okay, I can't do anything about it.
It's called pouting.
Yes, she is pouting. She will accept it, but she is pouting and not happy about it.
Yeah, well, he kind of just is like wobbly on his feet and everything. As you see, he kind of is like really having to physically adjust to what's going on with him. As you see the same as you were having before, this black sort of ichor sort of coming out of his eyes and his ears and all that sort of stuff and his nose. He kind of says, I'm not I think it's very clear to see I'm not feeling too good, so I'll be in the back for whatever you guys want to do, but he kind of also brings up the fact that Gabrilla, your sense of smell is good enough, and Izumi, you smelled it before. As you get close to the carnival ride area, you you know an area near the gate is on fire. As I detailed before you left for the hayfield, that there was a closer fire than the one that you felt in the distance way before. But yeah, that's up to you guys and like how you guys want to approach and everything. For what you had told the leader, Izumi, you still have the earpiece, by the way.
Yeah.
You said that like all the kids were killed and taken care of, and that you were gonna let him know when you get close.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
First,
yeah.
get the chakra you want. Second, cast the jutsu. Third, we'll walk up to them, disguised. And fourth, the fast boys or girls or archeries will trigger the ones from the back, while you distract the ones in the front, while we eliminate the ones in the back stealthily.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so how are you gonna approach and everything? Like, do you are you just walking in, or are you investigating like the fire that's nearby, or are you still just going straight to the carnival ride area?
Uh, I feel like it would be smart to at least have an idea of what the surroundings look like. So Izumi would wanna, and well, mostly she would want to make sure if there are any uh plagued uh outside to see if it's an active area with the plague touched or not.
You see and hear there are some around and everything. Not near the area where the fire is, and you can guess that's because the plague touch really don't like fire. Um, but yeah, I mean it's like a regular sort of activity. It's not like a specific horde in like one area, but like there's like plenty of them like sparse around and stuff like that.
Okay, so none are like concentrated like the horde we had.
Hmm.
Cool, okay. Yeah, so after looking around, she would. Oh, yeah, first, chakra back. I am gonna just go ahead and regain the sixth chakra. And yeah, she is going to activate voice change to first talk in it, or to let him know. About there. Should be there in a few minutes.
All right. You said you still have the sealsmith with you. I'll send Briggs. I'll send Briggs and Sandino over to pick up the sealsmith for you. We have some things to talk about.
Affirmative. Yeah, and as she would turn off the communicator, she would look to the group. They're sending two over to us to pick up the sealsmith. I do not know if you want to stay involved with this, but help taking out the last seal would be helpful regardless. But I nor anyone else will force you to be in direct line of danger.
I got a question. Do they know what Silsmith looks like?
Maybe not yours, but they said they have one, but their sealsmith is heavily wounded.
So they don't know what our Silsmith looks like, right?
No,
They do not.
I
Zumi
mean
never gave a
you know at the very
description.
least probably maybe not all of them, but at least the one that you saw that was dead, and then this one right here are both extremely emaciated and look like I mean, you can guess now. I mean, they would have already said like during the rest and everything that they were promised some of the grave walker drug and everything. They were promised their fix if they did the if they did the seals.
Okay. Uh, can one of us disguise ourselves as the Silsmith and go instead?
No reason one of us can't.
I don't have transform.
Because they don't know what our dude looks like, so one of us can easily pretend to be the snow slip.
Or just
And
be a ninja that knows about seals. That too.
Yeah, if
Might-
only we had one of those.
Yeah.
well, we have two of them.
Yeah, that's kind of the joke.
What I recommend.
Because Gabrilla can always because Gabrilla will volunteer to be the bait of Silksmith for a few reasons. One, because she's really good at chakra. She has amazing chakra control. Second of all, because if someone needs to get out of that situation quick, we all know Gorilla's the fastest.
Yeah.
So she can definitely get out of that situation quick.
Alright, if you insist. I guess that's the plan.
By
But
the
if
looks
you
of
guys
it,
have a better plan than a suicide plan, then we'll stick to that one.
well, we can take out the two as they come grab the sealsmith. All we would
Does
have to do is take out their communicators first, ideally. And then after that, if it's in a short enough time, we could go to the meeting point because whoever the leader is wants to talk. Whether he's seen through this or not is to be found out.
alright, let's do this.
Are we going to be taking the two out first?
We have to get the earpieces. If they manage to turn those on and alert the others, that destroys the whole point of doing this.
Luminaire and Yubita. Do you
Yeah,
think
what's up?
you could try to take out their earpieces, whether it's gruesome or just having it fall out their ear? If we can cut off their communications, we can keep the surprise.
He says I could probably try to shoot one off, and then Yubatsa kind of agrees that she can probably maybe try to have the wasp make like a grapple check to try to grapple the earpiece out and everything.
Yeah, I'll keep their attention initially. Fact is, just handing over the CEO Smith before going to see the boss. Oh, Uzi, give me that notebook that you had. Physical proof of who one is a bit more valuable here than one's word.
What are you gonna do with that book?
If need be, show it, hand it over to let him see that I'm one of his guys. Hopefully, you'll just see the sight of it and accept it. But if this goes the way we want it to, it's not staying in his hands even if he takes it.
Alright. He's gonna hand it over a bit reluctantly.
Yeah, she would nod and thanks. And at that point, she was casting Transform to look like the man that she killed. So,
All right.
that chakra. Once they're in range, Gabrilla, you're gonna be the bait here.
All right. I was just making sure that you guys had your stuff land. So everybody else that's not that other than Gabrilla and Uzi, I mean not Uzi, everybody else other than Gabrilla and Izumi are like just hiding off to the side.
Yes.
All right.
The idea I had is hopefully it's a straight path and everyone else can be in the forest alongside the path.
All
So
right.
it depends on what the area looks like. I don't know if this is gonna be. Yeah, okay. That enough. But
Well, I did not mean to. Yubasa does, or actually, no, it would be Luminaire that definitely would speak up and say it. Luminaire walks up to you, Gabrilla, and says, pretend to be mute. I don't care what you have to do. Do not say a single thing.
Right? And she says, "You know, I'm more of a person of action than words, right?"
Yeah, no, I trust me, I know. That's why I'm telling you this now. You, no speak.
Okay.
once we get the sign, we'll string an attack. At that point, everyone else is to engage into knockout or kill.
Okay.
We
Well,
cannot mess the system. We cannot lose the element of surprise.
So, Gabrilla's going to do something, which is technically not lying. Okay?
Look, as long as
She's
they
going
don't
to
think you're
actually act
lying, I don't care.
frightened and
Oh.
scared at the current moment. Because naturally so, she's been holding down her fear this entire time. So she stay composed and protect her friends. But now she's going to calm herself and let those fears come out as she's going to act scared and frightened of Izumi new shape figure. Like if she's a captured prisoner.
hmm well, I
And
guess I'll
then,
ask everybody to roll initiative then, for like the order this goes down.
heck yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right.
Initiative.
And I'll just do Luminaire as like one thing. Everybody will go just on Luminaire's turn.
Oh, and just to point out, Izumi did transform the arm that had the gauntlet with the gauntlet. Might have been just called, so
Like
I will
visually
be.
on it, yeah.
Yeah, I will be right back.
What they say BRB?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I guess I'll set everything up. You guys can kind of position yourselves how you would be hiding and all that. I guess Luminaire will try to I feel like he can get up to Uzi for reference for you and everything. I'll say this is probably about like the closest, like right about here where Luminaire is in terms of
Yeah.
distance to the like closeness to the strange thugs. Um, that's about as close as you can get without having to make a stealth check to start off.
All right. Probably have to be.
Make a stealth check. I know you're going to roll natural 20. I guarantee it.
I have a +3.
So how you
Did I
guys
say-
decide to yeah.
You know what? Yeah,
Go ahead.
good point. Let me just. There we go.
Natural 20. Let's go.
No. How much time would I have had to plant myself before the strange thugs came?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the entirety of the time you guys were traveling, so at least 2 hours.
Yeah, like to hide here.
Oh, to hide? Oh no, I mean,
Yeah.
they would be. I'll probably say like about like 10 to 15 minutes passes.
Okay, so could I hide on this side then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like yeah, if I want to just hide like behind the rocks over here instead, just so we have a bit more coverage.
Yeah, I think Yubata will. Luminaire kind of communicates. He's used to hiding on his own, so Yubata will.
Where is Pneumonia going?
She's gonna desummon her wasp swarm for now because it's gonna be kind of hard for them to like the more creatures that are or the more people that are involved in this, that's the more people have to make stealth checks. So
No,
She
it
don't-
is. She could just let the fucking wasp swarm just be kind of out Like they're gonna be like, oh shit, there was a wasp nest over there.
But like, it's not a normal amount of wasps. Like these are a lot.
Oh,
Like a
fair.
regular wasp form probably have maybe what, like 10, 12 health. This is, this is a 36 health. Like this is a significant amount of wasps because it takes up the space a person would take up on the map, like
Oh,
medium
true
size.
enough. True enough.
Yeah.
Pneumonia.
And I guess who's do you guys just have the sealsmith off to the side?
Yeah, Izumi
Uh,
asked if he even wanted to stay involved with this, because she would understand if he would preferably, like, just hide out for a bit.
Like, I can, I know I can trust you guys. I I've messed up stuff my whole life. I don't know. I feel like I'm definitely part to blame for this. So however you need me to help, I'll help.
And once we have the clear, we just need help taking out that last seal.
I'm sorry. It's just part of this is my fault. Like the kid said earlier, I guess I just the only time I really felt good was when I had the stuff. So I let that cloud my judgment, and now we're in this sort of mess. So I'll be off to the side whenever you guys need me. So he'll just kind of stay at like the front of the trail and everything.
To say, there's another side to this that we don't know yet. The people that wanted this seal put up are not the same people who are using that drug. I feel yours and the other sealsmith's involvement was for the protection of everyone outside of here, rather than the danger for people within. Just
Well, no,
focus on what our
yeah.
goal is.
He did communicate though that the people that hired them to do it were dressed in similar fashion to the
Similar fashion, but from what we've seen, there is no
yeah.
logical reason that, like, they're actively trying to take this shit down. If they were directly involved with it, at least
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it never would have went up. They would have had people on the perimeter of make sure no one gets the fuck away, rather
Oh
than
yeah. Mm-hmm.
gigantic seal trapping everyone inside.
Yeah, the strange thugs and the leader were not aware of the seal and everything. So yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely is the part to it.
Yeah, so that unknown faction is who Izumi is talking about. There's clearly another side to this situation that none of us are aware of.
and they say similar, right? Well,
Yeah.
there's a tendency that some groups, even though they're rivals, they tend to dress close to each other. Or, or if you're dressing yourself like them, you'll tend to, and you're not that good, or you can't perfectly copy a suit. You'll have like something that looks the closest to it, so you can trick some people. Well, a
Yeah.
regular person you could trick, while actual members you couldn't.
That is
Yeah.
the discussion there. But yeah, so you guys are walking up. Um Azumi, yeah, starting on your turn on initiative. You're walking up and you see approaching out from the darkness and everything. You see the two of the strange thugs with the plague doctor mask walk out, um, kind of stopping there, and then you hear over the communicator, all right, hand the sealsmith over to Briggs.
Affirmative.
You're the only one I can trust. I have to do a direct channel to you. I don't know which one of them could have been the ones to put up the seal. They're the ones that have been there the least amount of time compared to us, obviously.
Noted. As, yeah, Izumi would be walking up, just holding Gabrilla's arm, putting a show of, like, yeah, fucking follow me or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not mean to people most of the time. Yeah, so she'll just begin walking up, looking between the two. I should probably measure. I can go there. And then, do you want Gabrilla to move up with me as?
Yeah, I'll say yeah. You're moving with her, and it's not like she's like resisting against you and stuff like that. So you would just move her
No.
full movement. Yeah,
Yeah. So, so yeah.
you're really kind of just like shivering and crying right now, and everything as you're kind of like the actual emotions take over. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. And or Gabrilla, and Izumi would whisper to Gabrilla, "One might be an ally, and not to kill." As yes, she is just putting up a show of about to hand her over to who the fuck ever. Uh,
yeah, they just said hand the sealsmith over to Briggs.
Great for me. I don't fucking know which one it is. Purposeful. So as Izumi gets closer, it's just she's been silent, but she did good work on the last one. So she should be help. As she kinda like pushes Gabrilla forward. And that is where my turn will end. I will ready an action, however,
Mm-hmm.
to what's the word? I am ready in action to I'll strike out. Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm ready in an action to cast a Genjutsu of Dark Isolation.
Okay. Which direction? Like, who are you handing the sealsmith off to? Like, which direction are you handing them off to?
Izumi is purposely just pushing her forward.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of.
Just like uncaringly, just fucking go. I don't want to deal with you now.
Yeah, you just kind of push Gabrilla forward a little bit. Um, and it is the strange thug's turn. Um, they're just kind of gonna just sit there waiting for you to hand her over to and Luminary is going to let me see something real quick. I know it's well, I haven't make a stealth check real quick because I don't think let me see something.
Did you put me in initiative, by the way?
Oh wait, I thought I did put you in initiative. Well, what did you roll for it?
16.
16.
I'll
Is
say,
is Uzi in there too?
can
Yeah.
I?
Yeah.
What is your initiative to, initiative, Gabriela?
+4.
+4? Okay, hang on a moment. I can, initiative modifier should be that, court. Okay, so now we can do this. Gabriela, you're already in there. So now her sheet is set up to where you can hit the initiative in there for anyone.
Okay.
Just in case that ever
Um,
becomes an annoyance.
yeah, man. Unless you're doing anything special, Gabriela, you can just walk forwards. But
I'm gonna look at the two thugs,
mhm.
then look at Izumi in disguise, and she's like, and all she's told was to go see them, fuck off, right?
Yeah,
Or is
well,
this her?
Zumi didn't just
So,
kind of like pushed you forward. She didn't push you in any specific direction.
Yeah, she
but
doesn't
her
know
words
which
were
one is.
just
She
Actually,
didn't speak to Gabriela. If you're referring to what she said just before she pushed Gabriela forward, was one of them might be an ally, aim not to kill.
okay. So you don't say anything of G shove her to the ground, forward.
No, not at all. Just forward, making it seem like, oh, yeah, keep moving, because she doesn't know who the fuck is Briggs.
Okay. So Gorilla's gonna slowly begin walking towards the thug on the. Hmm. Yeah. So Gorilla's just gonna Well, in tears, going to start walking towards the thug on the right, left, left, with the rest of her movement of. Man, I got so much farther than I remember. Holy
You
shit!
have like a movement speed like 55 or some shit.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
you're
still only 25
fucking
feet of
crazy
movement.
with it. You're crazy with it.
All right,
So
but
I'm gonna walk up here, and as she says, "Please don't hurt me."
the thug in front of you just kind of scoffs and says, "Fucking druggies." Uh, they I guess at the end of that turn and everything, unless you do anything else, Gabrilla, uh, Izumi, you
Yeah,
do hear like the piece in your ear. I'm like, all right, did you hand him off to Briggs?
Just now.
You see the thug in front of you. Gabrilla like what's called nods as he like puts his finger to his ear and everything and says, "Roger." Like basically confirming that he received the seal smith. Um, and then yeah, they'll all start walking off towards this direction. Like, oh,
All right. Uh, yeah, Luminaires, time to
yep,
strike.
they get ready to start walking. Let me see. Luminaire will move a little bit closer. Wait 1 second. I know it's within 30 feet. He has to make a stealth check, I think. I'm just checking something real quick for
Yeah,
stealthing.
take your
And
time.
30 checks. Okay, all right. So on a failure, so against the passive perception of all creatures within 30 feet. Okay. Luminaire will move. Let me see. How far away is 30 feet from this dude? So I guess he would have to stop right about there. All right. He moves up a little bit, and Uzi, you can kind of still see him before he heads into the thickets of the bushes and everything. He looks at you and is like mouths the word like now.
It's Uzi's just gonna give a quick nod as he prepares to cast a jutsu.
Okay. All right. So Azumi, I mean not Azumi. Luminary is then going to just fire a shot. This is going to be a what we considered like in like other systems and everything a targeted strike. So I'll just treat his AC as being +4 or higher for the purposes of shooting the ear that has the earpiece in it. Let me see. Main action targeted strike. That is a 22. Yeah, so you see he fires an arrow and then it sinks into his ear. Gabriela, you see the one opposite side of you. He kind of like shrieks out a little bit in like fright as the ear as it lodges into the side of his head. Takes 4 damage, and Luminary is just also going to his bow has the multi attack property, so he is going to just fire another shot.
Oh.
The 10. So yeah, he fires another one, but the strange thug is now aware of where the shot came from, so he dodges out of the way. Um, let me switch over to
I
some
will
combat music.
say, I know for the second one it wouldn't matter, but he should have advantage on the first one from stealth.
That is true, yeah. Well, I'll roll to see if he would have gotten a nat 20, but let me start the
Roll the
combat music.
crit. Hit the crit.
All right. Well, yeah, let me roll to see if he would have gotten a nat 20.
He will.
And then I'll fire another one. That's his bonus action.
Damn, 30-20.
Okay, no.
All right. So the second shot still doesn't hit. Yeah, that is the Luminaire's turn. Yubitsa is going to. Is she within range to use her bees? Let me see something real quick. $60 to 90 feet. I should be within 60 feet. Yep. So she is going to fire her bee swarm attack. Once again, this is +4 to his AC to knock out the earbud. Wow, you guys are rolling crazy. Yeah, so she sends a swarm of bees out from her sleeve that gathers around his head, and you see the earpiece fall out as they just sting the side of his head and everything to the point where he has like bat at the side of his head, and it knocks the earpiece out. So that is 7 piercing damage. And yeah, that will be. I don't think she's gonna get any closer necessarily. That is the end of you guys' turn for the help. Uzi, it is your turn.
Man. At this point, this could just be considered my signature jutsu, I guess. I'm gonna use Sealing Art Bind. Probably the jutsu I've spammed the most.
Fuck,
Target.
I should have fucking primary target set. Oh well.
Targeting Strange Tug on the left.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a charisma save, and is he within range? Let me see.
I think it's 55. He is within range.
Yep. All right. Does a 16 succeed?
Meets, beats.
Yeah, so you see like these spectral sort of mystical chakra seals start to form over his body, but then it cracks and breaks, just barely.
My strat has not been working. Jeez. Alright, well, bonus action. I'm gonna stance up. Because my puppet weapons are considered unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna activate the Wolfist stance. Which gives me blocking 1 on them. That's just a +1 to AC, right?
Blocking, yeah, that's +1 to your AC.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
There you
go.
That's my turn.
I'll ask you to. I think you have the highest passive investigation.
I have 17.
17. Yeah, that's definitely high enough. As you're casting this jutsu and you end your turn by getting into a fighting stance and stuff, unless you want to move anywhere, you do realize at the end of your turn something seems weird in that Luminaire mentioned earlier that he saw other tracks, and then it makes you think back to the fact that Izumi was attacked before you guys interacted with the two strange thugs inside the Hall of Mirrors, and you only were with 2 of them. That's something that comes to your mind as Izumi. I'm going to ask you to make a dexterity save. As you see a line of string start to like coil up around you.
Me?
No, Izumi.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
This and
basically there had to have been another strange thug that you did not interact with that for like some odd reason wasn't one of the 2 that did that.
You said that would happen at the end of my turn?
Yeah, that you realize that at the end of your turn and everything like that.
Damn
sort of thing that just comes to your mind. I was waiting to see if you guys were ever gonna like do a history check or like some sort of like something to think about the logistics of that. But there had to have been more than 2.
If I were here, during the Hall of Mirrors more, I would have thought to do that, but because I wasn't here, I didn't want to be like, oh, yeah, that happened. I just assumed that the ones that attacked me were the same ones. To add on to this, I am awaiting stancing this to get advantage.
All right.
24.
24. Okay, yeah. So yeah, no, you're able to like dodge out of the way as a whole bunch of like coiled strings start to or wires begin to like try to coil around you. You're able to like dodge out of the way and stuff. But yeah, that is Azumi. That is your turn. As you see the source of where the
okay.
strings would have came up from, you see a man who had, like kind of hidden behind like a tree, like the bush from one of the branches and everything. Has like a little device in his hand and everything for where he yanked like a sort of like propeller device to activate the trap.
Gotcha. Now it's a question of, is this person... We can find that out momentarily. Keep up the disguise. I'm gonna just roll a d20 to if Izumi's just gonna drop the disguise or not. And just try to play along. Nope, she will not. Anyways, so yeah. Once she felt the string try to wrap her into a trap, she almost instinctively let go of the illusion and let her flexibility just carry her not into that trap. I will. I could just focus one at a time. Let's see, how do we go? First, I am going to... Oh, you know what? Because attack, would my ready action have gone off?
I mean, you can use your ready to action if you want. Yeah.
I will use my ready to action because that is a useful
You could have just
thing.
used that at the end of the round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I forgot about as stuff was going on. The one Gabrilla is at, I am casting it on. So I need this dude's allies all to make wisdom checks.
Wisdom checks or saving throws.
Let me double check. Dark isolation. Blah blah blah. Boy. All creatures allied to the target within must make a wisdom save.
All right. I'll just make one. I mean, it's only 3, so this one is for the first ally, and then the other allies to make it.
Here to fail.
Yep, those two fail.
All right. So, trying to remember, what is critical failure required?
I think it's when they fail by 5 or more.
5 or more. First dude normally fails, second dude critically fails. So, the first dude, they can no longer see them. They are aware that they are present, but unable to interact with them. So, vanished from their sight type of deal. For the second one, however, but they forgot the target exists for the duration.
The second one forgets the target exists for the duration. Okay. I'm gonna put this symbol right. I'll put a yellow symbol for the one that completely forgot, and I will put a red one for the one that is just under the genjutsu.
Yeah, so, okay, Jesus Christ, so little chakra. So, now I really want to join in with Gabrilla, but I feel like it's better to go after loose ends. Actually, no, yeah, loose ends. This one is in far more of a risk of fleeing right away. So yeah, Izumi is gonna go run up to this one And then with her sword, she is going to. Yeah, she'll just make an attack. How nice it's gonna be to not have a -2 or 3 or whatever it was. So that is this attack, 16 to hit.
16 hits.
All right.
As he's very much like concentrating on like whatever the hell is going on with his mind right now. He feels like you can tell he's very clearly distracted.
Understandably, honestly. So this is doing 2d8 plus 3. Primary target does not trigger off of this, sadly. So this is first attack damage. That is 10 total, and she will slash at him with a kunai.
10 damage.
Yep, 10 damage from that first attack.
All right.
Ah, so close. 25 for the second hit.
Let me see something real quick.
Take time, take time.
So you do get him to half health, and then the other strike. Let me see. Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage as you
Right.
as you slash. Are you using like your chokuto for the first hit?
Yeah, Shokuto is first, and then she's going in for another slash with her kunai.
Yeah, like it slashes him across the chest and everything. Is like he looks surprised and everything. Um, I'll say with the confusion of everything going on, you hear him yell out, "Briggs, what the hell are you doing?" And that gives you a kind of realization that this was a like setup beforehand. Um, Considering the fact that they asked you to hand over the Seal Smith to Briggs, they would have already had to have known that something was amiss from before. So you don't know for sure if that means the leader already suspects you, but you know that's just information for that with the current genjutsu that's on them to make them forget their ally. I don't know if I explained to the viewers that's how it works, but yeah, dark isolation makes it so the one that's not marked on the map right here is forgotten by his allies. So let me actually just make them more visible on the map. But yeah, so you slash him across the chest, and then the second slash follows as same as that same thug as before. You see his muscles begin to like enlarge as his veins begin to blacken a little bit. Let me see something real quick. So that's 5 damage. He is going to use his reaction for this one to try to lower it.
All right.
I hope you guys watching enjoyed the session. If you want more content and stuff like that, hit that like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, peace out.